Hey guys, welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, where I turn imagination into reality. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a few minutes of your time. Leave a comment below and let me know how my craftsmanship has came along. Also like and share this video. And if you'd like to watch my progression as a one-stop shop, subscribe and let us take the journey together. Galaxy Sparkles.
Alrighty, so Saturday I was a little ambitious and thought I was going to make a ring with some bezel on it. Well, let me tell you, for your first ring, that was just a little ambitious. So today we're going to kind of keep it simple. We're going to start with a 2mm thick piece of copper. And we're going to enjoy making this ring today and not be so stressed out. Boy, that's a little cattywampus right there, isn't it? Right off the bat, got some crookedness. Got a little crookedness to it. But speaking of copper and plenty of practice, what I have received from my local plumber is I got me a stick of 1.5 inch copper. It's about a little over 6 foot long there, and hell, I got that for no charge whatsoever. That was completely free. He just gave it to me, so I got plenty of material to get some good practice with. That's for dang sure. So we're definitely going to be in the process of making some good stuff in the very near future. And starting today, we're going to start with this little piece right here and see what we can't manufacture. Something very simple. And once we get this kind of in shape, we may add something to it just to make it interesting. So stay tuned and let's see what we come up with. See if we can't make it look like a ring today. Alrighty, we're going to close this gap up and probably give it a nice square cut and see what we can't come up with. This stuff is definitely going to take some practice. It's just not going to be handed to me, that's for sure. It's going to take some time to get good at manufacturing jewelry, handcrafting this jewelry. Although I do got it soldered, there's still a seam that's visible, and I'm going to have to learn to close that gap where it's unnoticeable. It's just going to take some practice, some learning. All right, guys, we're going to scrap that little project and start us a fresh one. I just don't understand yet why I'm not able to close the gap on that thing. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to do some research and figure that out, because that's a little frustrating. Maybe I'm getting it too hot. I'm just not quite sure yet, but let's see if we can't build us something else. Let's thin this on out so we may not have to heat that so hot. And see if maybe lowering the heat don't make it a little easier. The proper way, maybe. So I'm gonna get this down to maybe a 1/2 mil. Got one more quarter, half turn, and go in here and build us a makeshift bezel and see if we can't solder it together. Yeah. Let's go see what we can't do with this little unit. All right, guys, I got that gap completely filled this time. There's no gap. Just gonna sand it down and get it smooth. See if we can't maybe accomplish something different this time. Maybe I'm just completely melting the solder out of it. I just not understanding. If y'all have any ideas, just leave them in the comments, because I'll be more than happy to read them and try a different technique, that's for sure. That looks pretty dang good. I can still see that little seam right there just a little bit. That's a dent right there, so boy, it's just gonna take a lot of practice right here, guys. This is definitely gonna be a lot of hands-on training. You can't just watch videos, and I know they make it look easy, but this is sure got some technique to it. You're definitely going to get your hands on it and get some dirt on. Train them hands and train that mind and let them connect to one another, so you're able to produce, so I'm able to produce some jewelry someday. But as of right now, I'm way behind. I'm definitely gonna have to continue practicing on a daily basis to improve these skills, but one thing I am satisfied with is the gap closing finally. I lowered the heat just a little bit and turned out fairly nice this time. We're going to scrap this piece and we're going to try another one. Hang tight just a minute and let's do it again. Alright guys, we're going to practice again. Let's see if we can't get us another nice little joint made. Look at that, guys. That is not too shabby. We sealed the deal. Got a little right here on the edge. It was because let me hit that just a hair. Yeah, buddy, that looks pretty fair. I think what I'm going to do is actually save this piece for a later date. And maybe solder it to a ring once I get a ring manufactured, just for practice. So I think this piece turned out well enough that I'm going to keep it. I'm pretty satisfied with this piece. Third solder joint for the day. It took 3 to get where there's still just a little bit of a gap right there. You can see the little dent in the indentation where it meets, but other than that, that's pretty satisfying. So I just need to practice lowering my heat, getting my joint where it's more square, no gaps. I already know that because it's definitely not gap filling type of solder. It's just, so yeah, just going to take a lot of practice, guys. I'm way behind, that's for sure. But I got plenty of time to sit around here and enjoy this and get good at it. But today wasn't that enjoyable, but it ended well. The beginning was very difficult, but we ended on a pretty good note, and I'll take that for the day. I'll take a D- for the day, that's for sure. Just study a little bit harder and see what I can maybe do different tomorrow to be better tomorrow. So, all right, guys, for today, that'll do it all for Monday. Well, guys, I sure thought this was going to come easier for me because I do have some very crafty hands. I have a huge imagination. I just don't have the technique or the patience yet or the manipulation of the material itself. So it's just going to be definitely a learning process for me. But one thing for sure is I'm going to work hard every day. I'm going to get better at this thing, this craft, and we're going to put it together and we're going to do well someday. So if you'd like, subscribe, watch my journey as we go. And like always, I'm sending out a huge energy ball full of imagination, full of love, full of joy, and full of connectedness coming at you. Catch it if you can. Thank y'all. Tune in tomorrow and see if we can't do better. We're going to sure give it a whirl. Thank you.